All right, Coach Hauser, I know it's middle of summer right now, but we'll be quickly approaching your teams coming in for preseason camp. Talk about this time of year and when what do you look forward to once we hit that time of preseason?
We're really looking forward to getting a chance to teach again. We have a lot of new kids coming. We're replacing 11 seniors, and I think we've gone out and added some elements to our team that we might have been missing. I think we're going to be a little bit more industrious. I think we're going to be a little bit more blue collar, and that's going to serve us. And we're really excited about like the type of players we have coming in for the men's team. We really went character driven this year, and a little bit of speed and things like that. And we think it's really going to fit in with the guys we have coming back. I think we look at Cameron Zimmerman and Andy Griffin and Matt Bickley, guys like that look to lead us. Richard Klein, getting his final year in, and everybody's favorite athlete Ben Coyle. Those guys are really going to carry the weight for us a little bit, and we're excited.
Do you approach a season like this any differently? When you lose 11 seniors, bring in a huge new class. How do you approach a season like this?
From a teaching standpoint, we need to get those guys on the same page. I think they get a fast forward because over the last 5 years, we have learned a ton. We've tried to apply all of our experiences, and I think if we do ourselves any justice and the guys are who we think they're going to be, we should be able to hit the ground running. But in college soccer with young players, anything can happen. So it'll be fun.
How about this 2013 season? Your non-conference looks pretty good there, especially early. Got some ranked teams, some teams from the West Coast coming in to our home campus. Talk about those first few non-con games and what you're preparing for.
We've tried to build it where we're going to see a little bit of everything. We're going to see some direct play. We're going to see some teams that want to keep the ball and really want to play soccer. And how are we going to deal with those kind of issues? All of it is to prepare for the HAC, which for the third year in a row has been the hardest conference in the country. When they put the rankings out at the end, we've been at top, so we've got to do a lot to stay in that race. Coming in second last year and tying for first the year before, we have a standard we want to keep, and I think we let something get away from us last year. So we're trying. There's some great teams returning, and we want to be prepared.
Talk about the HAC a little bit more. It's a conference, like you said, it's had a lot of success, had some teams, national tournament. You played in this conference. Talk about where it is today and the teams and just the level of play.
The level of play is obviously second to none. We've had Final Four teams the last 3 years in a row. We've had a couple national champions within the last 7 or 8 years. When you look at the different schools, you've got teams that are loaded with foreign players that are older, that a little more sophisticated, that we have to deal with. You have some teams that just put in a ton of work and are super organized. I think it all is a credit to the coaches. I think the coaches in our conference are really top-notch problem solvers and game. They get their teams game ready and they're prepared, and that's the challenge. Can we match that? Can we pass that? And can we provide some problems that they can't answer? That's really what the HAC is all about, and we're excited to test ourselves again.
Let's talk about your women's team a little bit. You do bring back some key returners, but of course you lost an All-American like Jordan Dolbin and a player like Finola Corley. Talk about those newcomers and what we can expect from them, and then let's go from there.
Well, you can't ever replace. With the last 3 seasons, we've lost All-Americans and great players and players who've been to the Final Four and the Final 8. And it's just about building new ones. We looked at our team and we said, okay, how did our season end? We got hit with some injuries, and we need to get a little bit deeper. So we have a bigger class coming in. We need to get a little bit more athletic, and I think we did a pretty good job. Dave Phillips and Sarah Matthews really hit the road over the last 12 months to get more athletic and get those players we think are going to take us back to where we want to be. And I think part of the solution is letting players that we already have grow into roles that require their responsibility. You know, the Gina Sherall, or how many Sheraldys ever had? Oh my goodness. Shelby Sheraldy, and you know, players like her really stepping forward and making themselves carrying the standard, I guess, carrying the flag forward and helping us go in the right direction.
How about the schedule on the women's side? You know, same expectations on the men's. I mean, a lot of the same teams are playing, but on the women's side, talk about that schedule, and then maybe we can talk about the hack a little bit after that.
Well, I think the women are really going to be faced with some problem-solving early. You know, going and playing some Division II teams and really bringing the girls in from the West Coast. I mean, that's where the game is played at the fastest pace, and to get a chance to test ourselves there is going to be exciting. You know, find out who we are, and all of it again is, you know, the hack on the women's side has been top 3, top 4 conferences in the country over the last 5 years, and you know, I think we can do a better job. We had leads over everybody at halftime and let a couple slip away, and it cost us the regular season championship. So we want to do better. We want to see if we can finish some games off, and if we can, you know, we'll be pretty happy about what the results will be.
Final question for you. Last few years have a lot of success, both sides, men and women. Talk about the way you've been able to sustain that success, and you know, how you'll try and carry that into 2013.
You know, number one is working with fantastic people, and it starts with Davey Phillips and Sarah Matthews. They are second to none as far as work, ideas. You know, they participate in everything. It's far from all my ideas. You know, we do a pretty good group think. Second, we've been fortunate to have fantastic athletes. You know, we've asked our kids to train hard, do more, learn more, and you know, hold themselves to a high standard, and they've done that. You know, as uncomfortable as it's been some days, they've done that to the nth degree, and that's been great. And I think the third and almost just as important as everything else is the support we get from our administration, from our athletic director, all the way down to the school, the students who support the teams. You know, I think there's a camaraderie in the athletic department, and I think the work that the academic side does to work with our athletes to give them opportunities to play and that they do their job is fantastic. You know, I think it's a credit. You know, when you look at the kids and the players that Davey and Sarah help recruit, you know, we have 2 teams that are over 3.0, and you know, that means something. We're graduating kids. We have bright kids, and we're really successful. That's the exciting part.